Good morning, campers. Let's do a reading. So, today I want to do a little bit more of your energy, your shadow, dive a little deeper. This is a collective that you are connected to someone. So, we will at the end tap into the energy of this person where they stand. But I want to focus a little bit more on you and your shadows, what you're currently working through. I am hearing that you feel a little small, this collective, whether you consciously realize that or not. It's like you feel like this little lost lamb kind of energy, a little bit ungrounded, a little bit. I'm also hearing unrealistic expectations of life, right? So there's something that lack of that balance between the that's what ungrounded really means, right? You float too much in your mind and in your dreams, and let's see, it's a confusing energy. Let's start from how you're feeling. What is your emotion, this collective? First card, intuition. Maybe this is why sometimes when it's the first time that we're activating, you know how I always say, being grounded means having that balance between your lower physical chakras, your connection to the physical world, to your masculine and internally, to Mother Earth. And it's balanced with your connection with the spiritual world, right? With Father Universe, with the divine, with your intuition, with the upper spiritual chakras, right? That's how we should properly kind of operate, right? But I always say this, when certain thing is new to us, like it's this first time we break through, it's the first time we stop being people pleaser, we enter this lack of balance, right? So if we have a lack of balance on a certain way, we don't balance it out like this. We usually go like this and then it balances out, right? So maybe for the first time you're connecting to your intuition, you're connecting to the spiritual realm, you're starting believing in certain things that are unexplainable and untouchable. And that's why you're a little bit ungrounded. That's why you're flying a little bit more towards Father Universe. We have rest. I want to do one more for your first row. And magic. That's really beautiful energy. So it's like you're trying to tap into a little bit more into your intuition, into your magic. I'm hearing understanding the meaning of resting, right? So maybe this collective, you find yourself resting when it comes to mind, I'm hearing, and when it comes to body, a little bit more learning what does it mean to rest, learning that rest, it's not just necessarily not working in the physical world, but resting is saying no to things that you're not aligned with. Resting is giving yourself grace, giving yourself patience. Let's see, beautiful I just thought of, I'm looking at this card. We have hunger and intuition. The specific thing I want to share with you, but I want to go back to this card because I thought of, there's this beautiful symbol. If you've seen it, it's not this exactly, but it's similar. It came to my mind. It's a symbol of a sun with rays and with the moon and then three dots. It's a symbol of union, of divine feminine and divine masculine. So maybe that has a meaning to you. Maybe you saw that symbol. Maybe you saw someone that has a tattoo of that symbol, and it's something that you've recently, it's like been shown to you. Detail for some of you. We have hunger and we have intuition. I think this collective, you are hungry for something. You feel a specific void within you for something, and for the first time in your life, it's like you're starting to understand, this collective, that our intuition serves a purpose to guide us towards the things that will give us fulfillment, right? That fulfillment comes from things that we're passionate about, that our intuition guides us towards, that it's our intuition that will tell us where the fulfillment resides, not a logic. Very mystic energy, very in your, it's like this energy, you know what, like this person that is really new to spirituality. We have rejection, That's on top of that rest. That energy of someone who's new to spirituality, or you knew it existed, right? We all know, we all hear concepts here and there, but it's like the first time that you're really living it, that you're really understanding how it influences, how it influences our life, our existence, how that connection to divine and understanding certain concepts really help us to walk through that journey of life. And it's like you want to explore and following your intuition. It's the stage, you know, how do I describe this? Is like, maybe you are familiar with certain concepts. Maybe you have a connection with your person. Certain things happen in your life, certain synchronicities, and you've been Googling those things. You've been trying to find information here and there, but now it's like you're really feeling it with your body. Like those signs and synchronicities finally have a different meaning to you. It's like you live that spirituality. Do you know what I mean? Because you're connecting to your intuition, to your magic. It's like this crown chakra activation. And with that rejection and on top of resting, I was hearing that maybe in the past, this collective, you were refusing to rest properly because you were the rejection, they're showing me pain, so you were refusing to feel the pain. Whatever you would properly rest, so take yourself for a nice walk or for vacation. I don't know why I'm seeing someone at the beach. So maybe you love the beach, maybe you like sitting on a beach, but for a very long time you wouldn't do that because you find yourself then, it's like when you rest and you don't work or get distracted, there are certain pains that you haven't still processed and that you've been refusing to deal with, some feelings, some emotions. But I feel like you're ready for this collective. And we have strength. Yes. Your magic is your strength. It's yet like you realizing this. It's like balance. Balance is being gained, right? Balance is being gained. It's this moment like you've been, that's beautiful. Very masculine collective. It's this moment, when masculine sits so strong in the physical world, right? In the matrix, in the program. The hardest part of the journey for the masculine is to rise to the heart space, rise to the heart level, right? This is this moment. You're now in that physical space, in that physical journey. Yeah, you knew about connections. Yeah, you knew about destiny. Yeah, you've heard here and there. Maybe even this collective, you like heard the concept of twin flames or divine journey, whatever it is. But it was like a different world to you, right? You were trying to find out logical information, tangible confirmation, research, right? We couldn't find it. So many misconceptions. And now you're raising to the level of your heart. You're opening your upper chakras. You're opening your crown. You're starting to really feel that in your gut, in your intuition. Your magic is your strength. You're understanding this. It doesn't matter what we build in the physical world, who we are, our soul, our connection to divine, our magic. This is our strength. Beautiful energy. Rising to heart chakra. That's what I'm hearing. That's what it is. It's really nice. It's really nice. All right. Before we properly tap into your energy, let's see what's going on in your connection. So you also know that it's your reading, because you guys know that I like to be thorough when it comes to your energy, because a lot of people, they are in a very difficult space. And that's why I always say, if you feel like you're struggling, get a personal reading, get a private reading, because it's really easy to make things fit, right? You know what I always say, Cinderella knows how to make a shoe fit. So if you want to hear certain things, you hear certain things. And this collective, this is a masculine collective. If you're rising to your heart space, you've been on this journey without you knowing for quite a while. This is nice energy. I'm happy. Okay, let's see what's going on in your connection. Let's see what's going on in your connection right now. What's the vibe? What's the situation in the physical? I want to ask. Mirroring nature, number 6, beautiful energy. So you would be mirroring each other with your person. I also just saw my telepathy card. So maybe you feel you're connected with your person. Maybe because you're rising to your heart space, you're truly really starting to understand that mirroring nature, right? That this person is your great source of reflection and growth. And you have been that. I'm hearing you have been that for this person as well. So maybe it's a detail. Maybe this masculine, for the very first time, you truly understand that I think this collective, you know, that this person, you're aware that this person, even if you've been confused to what they were for you, what was this connection, it's like you knew that they were your great source of inspiration, right? Great source of growth. Through triggers even, but through the beauty that they carry, I'm hearing. But now you're understanding for the first time that it was mutual, which is a first step to understanding the divines, we with our counterpart. And I always say this, and it's the most difficult thing to understand for the masculines. We're equals. We're the other half of your soul. How could we not be equals? No one is superior, no one is inferior. No one is behind on the journey. It's different. We operate in the 5D, you operate in the 3D, we operate in a more conscious connected level, you operate in a matrix program, physical kind of karma transmuting and so on and so forth. But we're a team. It's teamwork, right? We go through this together. We're forever connected through red threads. We feed our energy to each other, whether that's fears, shadows, or strengths and how we walk through this journey. Yes, feminine leads the way in the spiritual in 5D, because the masculine leads the way in 3D, but we're equals. You inspired this person for growth and pushed this person for growth just as much as they pushed you. And it's like now you're starting to understand that, which is beautiful. Maybe you watched them online on their social media and they said something that made you realize that, yeah, it's something that I inspired in them, where I help them to, right? Even if it's through pain, do you know what I mean? Yes, it's a yes. Nice energy. Not anything else. I'm hearing that it's just like a nice energy glow up. I think you both share this energy right now. So it's like you see how much more than just a physical grow up. It's you realizing this collective, how much through your connection and through that mirroring each other and through reflecting each other's shadows, you actually you had that glow up. You actually grew from inside out. It's like I'm hearing you now understanding that the reason they were reflecting, like masculines for a very long time, because we trigger them so much, they don't understand why it's happening. So they're in this mindset of like, oh my God, this person is triggering me so much and they're annoying me. Maybe that's why they deny the connection. And it's like now you realize that because they're the other half of your soul, which you always saw in their eyes. So maybe that's a detail. It's detail for all twins, but maybe specifically for this connection, like you really saw the cosmos in the eyes of this person. Maybe it's something that you fought or you said to this person. It's like they were reflecting your shadows. Now you understand that it's part of the journey. They were doing that just like you were doing that for them in order for both of you to grow. We have an awakened here. So you're not yet fully, fear of losing their old life, feel something is missing, in denial, physical blockages, ignoring the connections. I want to confirm that because I think this collective, you're quite aware, right? You're quite, it's like you would know. It's this rising to the heart chakra. So we're either breaking through this energy or there's something. Let me do one more row to clarify. Mirroring nature. What's with the mirroring nature? Gemini. maybe a detail, maybe you or your person are a Gemini. I wasn't always there when you needed me the most. Instead of trying to comfort you, I would jump ship because I couldn't deal with my own emotions, let alone yours. Indecisive, impulsive, unreliable, nosy, bored easily, unstable. Maybe those are the shadows that you specifically deal with this collective. But what I'm hearing here specifically is that you are understanding now that yes, you acknowledge that this was the case. You weren't there for your person when they needed you, and you didn't feel, I feel like they were there for you. It's like you're now understanding a little bit through that mirror work that certain things have to happen, that certain things happen for you to walk this journey alone, to embark on this quest alone. We have Aquarius. I'm gonna put that aside because you know that I get annoyed when there's too many signs. I want more juice. I acted like I didn't care, but I did. I just needed time and space to think on my own. I didn't want to be tied down by a relationship because I wasn't ready to put in the work. Yes, I just heard. That's the thing. So you push this back because for this collective, it would be a big thing. It's like you weren't ready for commitment. You weren't ready for connection. You would push this away. You wanted to be on your own. You wanted space. But now you're getting to a place when it's a big fat yes. I don't think, let's see, I'm not going to say anything. Dark night of the soul we have, so maybe you are going through a dark night of the soul. But more than anything, I'm going to read through this. I'm fighting my demons and re-examining my actions. It's life-altering and also extremely painful. At times, I fight against the changes, but I know it must happen in order to evolve. Specifically, I looked at this, I'm examining my changes. I feel this collective, I feel you went through dark nights of the soul without you knowing at this point. Maybe you are going through a particularly difficult and challenging ascension right now. But more than anything, with those two together, I feel that now you're understanding. Like in the past, you were very ungrateful, right? And there wasn't a gratitude for life. It's like within this collective, it was like, why things are happening to me? Why can I not be happy? Why am I meeting this person but we cannot be together? Why things in the physical are not? Because for the masculine, it's constant karma, constant patterns, constant towers. That's part of your journey, right? We work through pain, feminines on a soul level. You work for difficulties and through pain on a physical level. That's why I always say this is a teamwork. No one is superior or inferior here. We're equals, we're a team, we're one soul. We just divided into two bodies so we're able to do things. We're like multitasking here, okay? But I feel like now for the first time, you're understanding that this happens for this to happen. It's like now you stop complaining because you are going through something challenging. It feels like dark night of the soul. It feels like, a bit of a death and rebirth. And now you know that you will always get out of this with that glow up, with improvement. If you really put your heart into it, and if you really stop being a baby and just understand that everything happens for a reason, that will happen, right? And that unawakened, this is important. Give me a clarification here. I love this card. This is the past life card, and this card is one of my favorite cards in a deck. Fateful encounter. The moment I laid eyes on you, I knew. I can't explain how I felt, but I knew I was meant to find you. I think this collective, you have been awakened for a very long time. You are starting to awaken to the journey, to its magic, opening of the crown chakra, rising to the heart space, right? You're starting to awaken to the magic of this journey. And now you're sitting in this energy of going back. And in the past, I feel this collective, you had a lot of, you may still have that, right? But I think in the past, when you would look back at this connection, you would think missed opportunities, unfinished business, pain, triggers, not feeling good enough, yada, 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 right? Now, you're starting to look back and really, it's like it's starting to make sense. How you met, how divinely orchestrated it was, how enchanted by this person you were, how you saw them as your little angel, I'm hearing. The vicious cycle of pain has ended, right? Are we there yet? No, because from this energy, we have to rise into the Emperor and the Empress. From there, we rise into High Priestess and Hierophant. But this is very beautiful energy. This is mature energy. Two people who know, who are self-aware, who understand abundance, who understand the value of life, who understand the value of love, who understand the destiny, who are reaching that moment of balance between the divine and the spiritual, the 5D and the 3D, right? This is the heart space again. You're both cross the heart space on this journey, which is beautiful. I think this collective of masculines, you wouldn't understand in the past that love requires work. You would think that, oh, if it's destined, it should be easy. If it's destined, it should just work out. That collective, that misunderstanding of fate kind of energy, right? Victim of fate instead of master of destiny. That collective that didn't understand that sometimes blockages are there to help us grow or to really test us. Are we worthy of what we're being granted? And not to say that, no, this is not for you, right? So now it's like you're understanding that. I'm also hearing that you've grounded your energy when it comes to love. So now you understand, maybe you're not yet there completely to be ready to experience it, because like I said, every idea starts here, and then we need some time to transition and to really embody that energy. But it's like you understand the concept that true love is peace. True love is another person that makes you feel like home. So maybe in the past you had a lot of toxic love. You had a lot of love that would bring drama, that would bring discussions, that would bring jealousy. And you associate that, which normally happens, you associate that with passion. It's again, this lack of understanding what lust and passion mean, right? So now you understand that your past relationships, that they weren't really love, because love is calm, love is soothing, love is peace, love is feeling like a home, right? It has nothing to do with drama, with discussions. And maybe in the past, maybe you're also, it came to my mind from a culture that made you believe that that passionate people are people who really love, and people who are like this, they like really cold and boring and not passionate, right? Which is not true. It's actually healthy energy. People who are blah, it's unhealthy energy. It's lack of control over your own emotions, over your own passions, right? And it's like, now you understand that. Now you know that you've built strength through your destined path that you've been at. You now understand that everything that happened, don't make this fit, that everything that happened build your strength. And that strength comes with compassion. I don't know why I'm seeing lambs. So maybe this collective, it's a thing. Maybe it's a forward movement sign. Maybe you've been seeing a lot of lambs recently. Maybe that has a meaning. Silence of the Lamb, I just heard. So maybe you like that movie or that book. But I'm also hearing that now you understand. It's like you were that little lamb. Remember your ego? Society also, people around you, karmic people, made you feel that if you cry, if you have emotion, if you love, if you pursue love, you're weak. And now you understand that that lamb is just sitting together with that lion. You don't have strength without compassion. You don't have strength without vulnerability. You just have fake strength. You're not allowing everything in. So well, guess what? You're not hurting because nothing is happening in your life. The true strength comes with vulnerability. All right. Let's tap into the energy of your feminine. And then maybe if we're going to have time, we'll do guidance. We'll see. Let's step into your feminine. How is the feminine connecting to this masculine? Connected to this masculine feeling. What's her energy? Chariots. Chariots. I just heard Hermit, Cancer, Virgo energy. That may be a little for some of you. I'm hearing something very specific. Give me two more and then we'll talk. Two or maybe one more. Okay, they're flying, so she wants to talk to us. Oh, oh. Okay. Two first cards. We have Chariot and we have the Hermit. What I heard is that she is comfortable in her solitude. She's become comfortable in the solitude. She herself creates forward movement for her, which is a beautiful energy. She's following her path. I'm also hearing she's following her journey, right? It's a beautiful energy. It's like this understanding and this balance. I know when it's time to do the inner work. I know when it's time to take action. I know when it's time to allow my inner feminine to speak. I know it's time when it's time to allow to my inner masculine to speak. We also have Three of Wands, which is an action. God, just for travel. So maybe she's about to take a travel. It just came to my mind. Maybe she's about to go on a little adventure and do a little traveling. But it's a very forward movement energy, but coming from a place of peace, right? So coming from a place of healed heart. So it's like she seeks inspiration in that solitude, in that place of healing. But from there, she creates forward movement for her in her life, on her journey. We have Devil and we have the Moon. Not nice pairing. But what I heard with those, because they came out together, is that she might be going through that dark night of the soul a little bit as well. She might be not necessarily as if this is the level of the journey, right? Tapping into the energy of the masculine. If you are raising to your heart space, your feminine is in divine feminine already, right? Because we lead the way when it comes to this journey, like I said, and is spiritual. So I think more than anything, she's feeling your energy. She's feeling your shadows. She's feeling the things that you're working through. And remember, we mentioned that connection, that telepathy in the beginning. It's like through her forward movement, she's feeding that energy to you. Through her focusing on her completely, not on this connection, but on her purpose, on her solitude, on her healing, she's creating that she's feeding that beautiful energy to you, and that's making you able to sit in the space of really rise into the heart space. I feel there's some certain shadows are being with that moon. I'm also feeling that intuition. So maybe she is deeply intuitive, and that's why, as all divine feminines we are, maybe that's why you are stepping into that true intuition. But there might be some shadows that are also being activated, some fears within her as well. Let's see what else we have. We have 10 of Cups. That's beautiful. She is creating that energy for herself. She's sitting in this energy. She would be happy. She would be independent. She would be following her purpose. She would be in a state of release, or getting there. I think in a state of release. We'll see what's oof. Okay. We have the Creator. Two of Wands. Divine Feminine confirmation. And the Moon. Hierophant. That's actually a very beautiful energy. I'm a little bit concerned about this Creator, right? Because Creator, and especially clarifying that Hermit, because Creator is a energy of chaos, energy. So maybe I'm hearing that maybe they're trying to create a little bit of chaos and a little bit of movement in her life that she created for herself, that life of peace, to test her. I just looked at this evil eye for whatever reason. So maybe someone is giving her a little bit of the evil eye energy. Maybe she herself has to deal a little bit with some karmic connections. With jealousy, I'm hearing as well. I'm looking at the timer. But she's sitting, I'm hearing that it's like conquering your final shadows to truly ground that energy of divine feminine. I had to change the angle a little bit because my battery is literally on like 2%, and I don't want to lose lose what I was thinking. So let's do this last part from this very bizarro angle that I'm not enjoying, but what can we do? It is what it is. Okay. What was I saying? She's sitting in her, she's almost sitting, she's grounding her Empress energy, right? Certain shadows, through what you're going through, you're feeding this energy that you're overcoming, right? Your fears, your insecurities. And I feel like she has, it's a very, like her first three cards, it's a very strong energy. So she would have conquered this already. And I always say this, on this journey, because we're so connected with our counterparts, usually, sometimes we have those moments that we go through opposite things, right? And we pull each other into different directions. But for most part, we go through certain challenges that are same, but in a different setting, right? So let's say you are now, they're testing you. Remember what we said? They're testing you when it comes to are you sitting in self-worth already? Have you really overcome this lack mentality of I'm not good enough, right? Or do you need another cycle? They're really testing you. So she, in the same time, would go through something is triggering her insecurities, right? But in a completely different setting. So for you, it can be on a very deep level. For her, it can be a surface level. It can be someone's comment and the evil eye that we saw here, right? A little bit of negative karmic returning, a little bit of someone saying something about her to test her. Do you really truly believe that, or do you really sitting in your strength? Because if once she overcomes that, she's creating the energy, positive strong energy that she's feeding into you, and she's grounding her divine feminine in this. And with that Hierophant energy, it's a beautiful energy as well. She is sitting in her shaman. She is already a divine feminine, right? There are certain things that needs to be grounded. There are certain things that, I always say this, until the very end, this collective, it's like, whew, the very final test for divines is the moment of return, because sometimes the feminine sits in her divine feminine for a very long time, but the moment that masculine, that ultimate mirror, that the other half of your soul returns, it's the final, ultimate, the biggest, the hardest test. Are you really? Are you really sitting in your strength? Are you really sitting in your self-worth? And she usually does something that triggers, for the last time, for the big test, again, you, the masculine, you've come forward. Are you really ready to stay? But she's sitting in a nice energy, right? So we do have the devil of the moon. I think, again, you're connected. You are going through a big shift. You are ending cycles of pain. You're going through dark nights of the soul. So she would be feeling this energy. She would be leading herself through this energy with her intuition. You know what I just heard? I just heard that she's shifting from, like sometimes things are happening in our life, especially on this journey. It's very difficult. It's like a confusing, like what's going on. It's this cyclone, right? And we go with those emotions. We don't know what to do. It's like the moment we really sit in our strength, we become the eye of the cyclone. We know who we are in our internal world. We know our self-worth. We know our divine self. We know our authentic self. We know that the external world is just a projection. So whenever it's happening, we know it's temporary. We know it's a test. We're the eye. We're not moving anywhere. No matter what's happening externally, that's her energy. They're throwing some tests towards her so she can overcome them and feed the positive energy towards you, so you have the energy to work through the dark night of the soul, because she's now the eye of the cyclone. That's what I'm hearing, which is beautiful energy, the eye of the cyclone. Self-love in its purest. No matter what happens, she keeps herself grounded. Nice energy. All right. I want to do a little guidance. So I want to pull a couple of these animal cards for you. And then maybe we're going to do 3 tarot cards. What shadows you need to watch out for now. In the next week, I'm hearing, for whatever reason. All right. I want one more. Okay, I have two. That's fine. All right. We have the bee. We have the bee. Community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. You have been working on your abundance. You have been working on your inner abundance. You have been working on understanding that you create a lot of positive energy in people's lives, that you create a lot of sweetness. I think now it's a test. What I've heard for this masculine, it's a test. Can you receive good things? Can you really receive love? Can you really receive all the beautiful love that one day your feminine will want to give you? It's a very, it's a thing, and it's a blockage, right, around around our sacral chakra. So maybe that's something that you're working through, that we don't feel worthy of pleasure, of greatness, of sweetness, of love, of receiving, right? So maybe they will test you at that, to just sit and be able to say, yes, please, thank you. We have the wolf, which is a beautiful energy. I always say this, my divines are alone wolves. Pathfinder, releasing your past and starting a new journey. Yes, confirmation. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. I think you're realizing, this collective, that this journey is what this journey truly is, that it is coming back to your soul, that it is becoming a teacher, that it is being a leader of a pack, being that wolf energy. Believe that. Maybe they'll test you around that. They will create some situation where you'll have to be a leader and accept support of others, when others will do the work, and you will just provide a leadership. In 707, provide a wisdom, everything that you've learned. We have the all magic. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You are opening your upper chakras. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. There is a theme of leaving the past behind. So I think that that's a thing for this collective. You're closing very important chapter. Sea turtle, protection. You are master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and to be happy. You're starting to believe that you're worthy of true happiness, happiness that you dreamed of, but you didn't believe it could happen. And we have the lion, higher calling, the wolf and the lion. Shut the front door. Divine masculine energy. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go. Remember what we talked about, courage. Let go of the past. Again, let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for you and your tribe. You are a leader of the pack. You are a leader of the tribe. You've been preparing for this. You are starting to enter the frequency of divine masculine, this collective, which is beautiful. How long will it take for you to get there? It only depends on you. To be honest, it can be weeks, it can be years. Where are we to know? But it's a beautiful shift. 3 cards for your shadows you need to be mindful for in the next week. 3 cards. Oh, I have 3 cards. I have 3 cards. Okay. 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 This is coming in energy as clear as day as it takes. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the 8 of Wands, and we have the Ace of Wands. New beginning, forward movement, love arrows. Be careful how you do this. You're going to be pushed to do this. Make sure you do this with this energy. The wolf and the lion, a true masculine. Confidence, releasing the past, not sitting in the past. You will be pushed to do forward movement. You will be pushed for a task. So be mindful and conscious how you progress. Don't follow just your passion. I feel like this collective, maybe it's a thing, like you follow that passion, follow that ignition, that Casanova kind of energy. If that's how you want to come in, take a step back. It's not yet time. That's not the energy we want to see. We want to see the wolf and the lion. True divine masculine.